G'day, James from Topargee. Now you can see I've installed a sender here because this is a common question I do get asked. Does it matter if the sender is installed incorrectly? So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a reverse installation where the sender, you can see there's an arrow there pointing to the left. That's actually pointing upstream. So what we want to do is now, I'll just show you where the water's coming out of. Water's coming out of my tap in my laundry, and the water would be going in the direction of my finger flow. Because the arrow is pointing in the opposite direction, when I turn the actual gauge on, when I turn the water on, you won't see anything coming out of the gauge. So normally what you'll get is, have a look at the gauge. I'm just going to blow through the sender in the correct direction, and I can't because it's attached to the water. So let's just turn it on. Okay, water is running now through the pipe, it's coming out. See, it's noticed that there's water coming through. But you can have a look at the sender, and you can see that it's coming through in a spludgely way. It's not even a clean exit. So you see how the water's broken? So we've been running for a little while now. I should have put my bucket under there so you can see. So the snake's going across the screen kind of, but it's not going to be measuring water correctly. So if I let this run all day, it'll tell me that no water's coming out. Because for every, I think it's about 500 or 600 revolutions, it'll tell you that a litre of water's come out. So if you're halfway through a water usage, it's not even recognising the water anymore. So let's turn it off. So if you're halfway through usage, so you just run 100 ml through the tank, it'll count that down. So the next time you use it and you run another 200 ml through, it'll count that. But the screen only displays it in litres. So, and once you get to a litre, it'll change the digit on the screen. So I'm just going to unscrew this. Sender is being removed. And sender is off. Okay. Just going to unplug the sender so I can screw this properly. Alright, arrow's pointing downstream, not upstream now. Okay, secured. Now let's just reconnect to the actual gauge. The gauge I'm using today for the demonstration is a surface mount. Works off 2 AA batteries, and it's a very easy install. Cut the hose, install the sender like I just did. Now, your biggest friend in this installation of the sender is to install it where you get perfectly clean water. If you get aerated water, like on the end of my hose, the end of my sink, I got to diffuse an aerator. So this will actually put air bubbles in the water, making it look really pretty and milky. The gauge doesn't work on that. It's like taking your jet ski into the surf where you get the foam. You're not going to get any traction. So the water's got to be crystal clear as it's exiting. So do a little test when you do your install as well. Turn your pump on, make sure the water's nice and clear. I know I'm getting clear water here now, so let's see what the gauge, how it reacts to being pointed in the right direction. So water's going on, bucket goes underneath, sender's on, and look how the snake's responding this time. It's counting down litre by litre. And I'll just show you the end of the sender again, and look at the clarity of the water coming out. See how that's nice and clean? So that'll tell you we've got a good reading happening here. So that's quite a few litres. I'm going to flick that off. Give it 10 seconds to save itself. Once the screen goes off, that's when it's saved its settings, and then it'll move on to 95. There, that's off. Now let me just push the display button. Still on 95, so it saved its settings. Hope that helped with your installations.